Have you ever thought that what is the best thing in this life? From your birth, soul entering into material nature, into this body, which is not eternal. What is that one thing which is the best thing? ओम तत्सत। दाता याद है। We as soul, as Jeev, we are eternal. And we come into this material nature which is not eternal. So the soul enters into body which is part of the material nature. And there must be some reason, there must be some aim of the soul to enter into material nature which is not eternal. And what is that purpose? That purpose is to gain enlightenment. That person is to gain moksha, so that we don't have to enter into the material nature, into this body forever. A total bliss forever. Merging into Brahma, merging into Data. And then, when we come into material nature, which is not eternal, we get birth, we get our childhood, we become youths, we become old, and this whole journey have you ever thought that what is the best thing in this life? From your birth, soul entering into material nature, into this body, which is not eternal. What is that one thing which is the best thing? And I would say that look into your mind. Look into your man. The one thing which you hate. The one thing which you are afraid of. The one thing which you don't want. The one thing which scares you. Must be the best thing in this life. The one thing which you don't want has to be the best thing. And the other thing is that the only truth of this life, the only thing which is certain, the only thing which will definitely happen, has to be the best thing in this life. The one thing which you cannot stop from happening. The only one thing. You know, we accumulate wealth, and when I say wealth, it's just not the money, you know, the wealth in terms of everything. Wealth is in terms of your relationships, wealth in terms of your, you know, children, your family, money, houses, job, etc. And we try to find bliss out of all these things. If somebody is poor, for example, the desire to get that happiness, to get bliss, you can say, depends on how much you can think. So that person may think to get this much, and when this happens, then get this much and this much. But that happiness doesn't come. Why? Because nothing is certain in life. Nothing is certain. And the thing which is not certain, the thing which is not truth, cannot be the best thing. We accumulate all this wealth, but think about that you are in deep sleep. Very deep sleep. And in that deep sleep, you don't have anything. You don't have any wealth. You don't even realize your own body. But that peace, that happiness, that bliss in that deep sleep is something which is there, which is internal for you, and it's not external. And that comes without all this wealth which we are creating around us. So I would say the best thing of this life is death. Because death is certain. This is the only thing which is certain in life. This is the destiny. And how a destiny can be a bad thing. And if that fear, that scary thought about death disappears, you would start living in present. And in present, there is more happiness than in future. One thing which is certain, death which is certain, why we should have any fear about that? It will happen. Nobody can stop it. But death is the biggest fear in the mind of people, in the mind of everyone. When a soldier dies fighting with the enemy, that is called the highest sacrifice. Why it is called highest sacrifice? Because that is something which human being is afraid of. That is something which is the biggest fear. And that's why that is the highest sacrifice. So we need to get rid of that scary thought. It's actually our destiny. It's actually which is certain. It is actually which we don't want. And therefore that's the best thing in life. Now the question is, if death is the best thing, and I would also say that just think that human beings don't die. Just imagine that situation, that people when they are born forever. They don't die. But what will happen to this world? Imagine that situation. How much fight, how much hatred, and this world will not be a living place if that happens. So death is the best thing in life. And we should be thankful to Data for making this, for making death as the destiny of life. What is the worst thing? If death is the best thing, then what is the worst thing in this life, in this whole journey from birth until you die? What is the worst thing? Just opposite of that. The worst thing is which you want, which you are attracted towards, which you look after the most. And the smallest pain to that thing will give you trouble, will make you unhappy. What is that one thing which you desire the most, which you are attracted towards the most, which you look after the most, which you take care of most? And that is body. This is what you look after. This is what you are attracted towards. The smallest pain to body gives you the biggest trouble. And that is the worst thing. The one thing which you want the most is the worst thing. And that is why you desire to get rid of it. You go to the path of spirituality. The aim because of which Jeev, the soul, has entered into this material world through this body is to get moksha. You go to that path to realize one thing, to realize Brahma, to realize Data, God, Ishwar, Paramatma, Allah. Get enlightenment. That's the aim because of which the soul enters into this material nature. Not to have this, not to come back into this material nature which is not eternal. If we have this clarity about life, if we have this clarity and this vision, I think that will make your journey on the path of spirituality much easier. Forget about everything. When you know that death is certain, then what's the fear? Let it come, because that's our destiny. And start living in present. And don't forget that aim because of which the soul has entered into this material nature, into this body, which is not eternal. An eternal thing, the soul enters into something which is not eternal. That aim has to be achieved in this life. And that's why I say, become a Dwij. Dwij means nothing. Dwij means to get reborn into this life with your choice, your own informed decision. Get rid of all that conditioning of society and take a rebirth yourself with your choice and follow the principles by becoming a Dwij, by getting reborn. I wish you very, very good luck. With sincere wishes for your success on your path of spirituality. My sincere blessings. May you achieve your goal. May you achieve your purpose. May you realize oneness in everything around us. May you see that vision of you part of the whole. And if that happens, even for a fraction of a second, you would realize a real bliss. With this, I thank you very much and welcome you to follow the path of spirituality, the path of Dwij. Om Tat Sat.